Honorable Wilbert Brentum, Western North Regional Minister. Yanini Enkodi Nkumo. Minister, morning.
Good morning, sir.
Na ahonde wo ho. Hello, Minister.
Yes, hello, with you.
Yes, ahonde wo ho there.
Oh, nyame dom ene on five enti ahonde wo.
Na region no mo tsan.
Oh, region no mu Adaruma. Ebi say mo nyina momoa, ene mo adwuma party region no mu asomdwe ho. Na obia so eko na adwuma so wa enti no region mo Adaruma, adwuma pa. Enti ene nananom ati akonya omomoa omode eboa amamue a yebui mabunu no so ati ase na obia eboa obia na pambie ti ama Western North region like I say nyadom yeguso a yetu anamom beya region no befa ntuma pa efra
Enra na beto dwa among other issues no baako the signing of the contractor yedihwe a construct the 24-hour economy. Honorable Fayefem kakra procedure need to say from the various district assemblies and say na etie.
Yo midasi the etie ne say obekaya you John Dramani Mahama oda NDC kuo ano. Emra yebo entwa in 2024 abaye to say ya all Conina or country Ghana mine said yeah for the 24-hour economy eba of mine say a bay between a free and pa I see at the chiedi na ye be in sa no na say baby a ubia ye adwuma seku na nimpa no supportive na oye say ebia o produce nema bi ana say the oye bia no say ebe konanim ama ne onya no adoso na doso sa no so no na say yenya baby a bit me ediga if you are no pa kosi adechin say de meka ye no itina akohia say district bia na say municipal bia no ye bibia 24-hour market ye bia be test here obi bia bit me ediga one ebenya no by the beba ho one betos beba ho which say ye de akomia ebi edio the empo say ye de call amanone no sa market na and ye be near transport to e de akoport which say ye de akọ amanone na ye nyesika aba amanone it is a pepe na 24-hour economy market no tia
na enura na musinsan krata no enti before mbesinsan krata no as a contract na say all the 9 as a district wo wompesua so ho no and our region mo no obi anya site omo baba besi sa 24-hour economy no even before the signing of the contract no na we hu no site ahodo a all the district assemblies or embassy 24-hour market no
sana etie say and so hunu you John Dramani Mahama enyai no ye de ode tuja am you say district bia benya 24-hour economic market maybe a twem enche bia an e call that di ewo enkari nti ye ba region mu no the whole project the regional minister so na ehwe ma why nti region mu no ye bo ho euro ema district assembly bia na municipal assembly bia eyi bia betumi e di air market no ayi na ni mu no ye ma won entity e ma won chekere se wo yi no bia ye sina e dem paso beba ama district no you know ye ma omoni stakeholders assembly members anyway ke ka ho nyina na ehia na nanom na ehia ya edwen ho ehu se ye sino ha e be yi nti sana ekobai pepepe ye decide we no region no regional community council ye free DCs ni na mobile na obia be kire be bia de de no ewo questions bia esepata no ye bisa wo wana ye hwe ehu se consultation and I say kita hu DNA stakeholders anye ye bi to ofo mo koi anyone ekoye nti no ye je enkrata e dia dance say ampa asase a woda be see 24-hour market no e ya dia assembly no anam kwan paso na wo saka wo enkrata ni na ye de ko enkran nti ono echi no na etwa say ye bonu dawuru ma mansan na obia ete sɛdeɛ wa wo ahoden na obetumi asibi no obeba na wabehu regional coordinating council no yɛ advert na obia ehu nti eba sa no yɛtɔn documents na ɛyɛ contract nkrata ma wɔn ɛpɛ no ɛbɛ sinsan na wɔn sɛ contract baako no ebi ɛnfa sɛ dwaboso ana boodi 24-hour market no contractors bi ahodoɔ bɛyɛ enum na ɛbɛka sɛ wɔpɛ na mmom obia bɛyɛ ne hyehyɛ ne nkrata sɛ no diaba to de ba ne ahwehwem behwa a ne ehu baako a ɛsɛ fata sɛ obitumi ayɛ na yɛde aman de meka ina no yɛyi consultants a wɔyɛ kuku dama ɔmo nim sa contract ho adwuma yie una ɛni
na all the 9 districts, you know, before signing the contract, more advertising and none of the districts or a call for sole sourcing. And I think you call through competitive tendering.
Ni na call through competitive tendering. Yet the to abontain or graphic mu. Ema ana the ubon krate mu. Ema wawa for Ghana hai na wawa pese esino ehuni. Better documents no more. Bedding, a be a friend of bedding.
Yes.
And me, the or separate parts of it, me, I will this year, and I the contract, man. Did the also a run a year, or don't find say a dear tree, a find the contract award no. A chassis, no, a check a crap. Bay fancy, was me by a 9 money, and the chassis, ya, and rap. Na me ayaduma yetumi any contractors and consultants ni na ahyia sign contracts no ti ya sign contract no ya mawo na otwimi no sɛ obia nkoya hombwa na omra na omehye na adwuma se
Honorable, can we say on authority say all the 9 contractors they are made we don't have a situation whereby Ebeka say, oh, Ebia, I will win. And I say, Ebia, Swaman district, you know, 24-hour market construction, the constituency chairman, and I say, an executive of the constituency.
There be, yeah, sir. Na akonya o, my constituency chairman, no, say, oh, yeah, chairman or hit party, oh, yeah, dear, na akonya o, say, obia to me talk documents no na obede na ye wie no say the American or more I express interest and an important so answer by no better than because yes be project ketwa as obasemu enya dey power with me akọ ye wie no there let's say sa penifo no constituency chairman no so ye NDC MPP CPP no down obia and to be Sane Kobai, if you have my contractors, or Mankasa, Eji or Moody say with me, I money.
And the honorable the contract sum no for market one now the average one here behind.
In fact, Sanka, Odika Mammy synopsis of Namimu questions are Obebisa Epano contract sum yet no. Say it will be very difficult at this stage, no. Send it to me. Because Katano and Namedi, and I'm quite so far now, what premium no Eddie Common. Maybe I have a say, your casa with me and your documents and get to me at your comment.
Okay. My friend, you see, but there is another issue and also arising from the region relative to, say the RCC, no, various district assembly, no, or more budget relative to construction of borehole now. Omoba RCC mo veti na mo akotru omo costing ni ade ni nyina answer mo approve. We have seen some I know the PPA omo website to the tune say a borehole construction is costing almost like 100,000 Ghana cedis within some of the assemblies near the other. Me pacho sa costing of borehole construction and also a bedroom when him did the region approve the sum for that construction?
Okay, the idea is what we said, this assemblies no. On implementation, Nankasa Koso, a project, this assembly common fund projects in Hona, Koso. The idea is district Bia and municipal Bia are the threshold. Maybe a fan say, or more fire contract it could do, if say be 200,000 as some count, or move it to me iron ore. But the boss on more than a bay, and so Omuya, just say Omudi a back, not coordinate answer. Your review tender committee among everything because a bro assembly no ahmodinso normally about not review committee for and what na just say you can if so much no more I make sure say adia omoye no and passo every restriction sana etie na bo na o can say back 100,000 on say yam fan say ofie o pese o tu bo o tu ne bia one fa bibia and si so ni adia ne bo no fo we no ya no mo ye overhead tanks minimum be say be ya nipa no kwa obetumi sana etie
okay with those ones no na as a regional minister no now you are aware is it that the regional minister take a so-motum decision as to how much goes into it and now the review committee una chair that review committee no
the review committee no anyam na me chair yeah we are also yeah expert or yeah name contract eduma on a chair na omoba district na ebe advertise o said your omo ye say na a competitive bidding said ye o kan see ye fan say wo obdb a obia pese onya contract no na normally ye hwe ye owo nimde na fe owo ahode me kan ahode a owo machines ni eniam ahodo betumi e dia ye it is any partner passes stage na the officer ye bi say ne pricing no the quotation no say ekofo what I say inti wo ye o de obi so e ne de inti obi a say oya zuro ya inti obi a be say de ono no price e be kofo inti nam sa kwan no so no e ma obi ni ba ko ntumi ka say obi de media no e ko say o de ko sa ba na obi de ofo o inti ya na omo hwe say de adwuma no esi pepepe na omo a price ni say be ya obi nya kwan na watumi awini bedo
Honorable, now say, but the 24-hour economic construction, most contractors are now supposed to come to site maybe in the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
How long and a bit take for them? And as a contractor, was it by what time? And I was able to deliver a full construction to the various assemblies.
Okay. Contract documents no so yama 18 months. It's 18 months no. They say omo AC ewie. All things being equal. So before bia I see they say by 18 months no. Obia etumi ewie ne dia.
Oh okay. My now say na yin fa ni ni echiri. Ni yin hwese ni a and so construction work no ebeko so. Me da so ba no.
Yo mpacho ma jo na se no na ma memfa we ntwato. Sa 24-hour economic market district bia ehun se baby esi bia no district ne dia. Ankran dia obi o district mu dia. Ti be sese mo ye nyina e mo ho ban. To de bia de ehun se contractor bi ba ye aduma no de ma be good site na timemfo ni binom atwa ohun ewia obi kro obaye nyambe na dum waje dum bi ho a oye nso no kro na twa ho ye de ayon ko se bia na wonam kwan bi so akwakoyi ye de pies ko se bi bia na wonam kwan bi so akwakoyi nti yesre obi bia se umaye na emaye ni eni akire ye hu sa my mofo na ye nto ndin na emra no ene won eni 24-hour economic market no eye bia ne ma bebre ewo yɛbɛyɛ fire service stations ɛwɔ mu yɛbɛyɛ crèche baabi a nkɔla maame no a ɔmo ɛhwɛ nkɔla no yɛbɛnya baabi ama wo yɛbɛnya baabi a car foɔ ɛba ɔbɛpaake yɛbɛnya even rooms a ɛyɛ change over wɔ wo sɛ nipa no aba nti nneɛma bebree ɛwɔ mu ɛyɛ ade pa a ɛba district mu nti yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ obi biara ɛma n'ani nkɔ ho na ɔhu sɛ project na ɛyɛ ne dea nti ɛma ɔma kwan ma obi a ɔmpɛ ɔman no yie no ɛmfa nneɛma bi ɛmfiri hɔ nti medawase bebree sɛ ɛna nɔpɛ yi wɔma yɛn akwanya meda watiefoɔ nyinaa ase sɛ ɛna nɔpɛ yi wɔnya so na watie ni yɛwɔ hɔ as regional minister sɛ bibi ɛkyerɛ obi adwene na ɔba me nkyɛn ɛna ɔfrɛ me a mɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu na afei yɛ nyinaa ate aseɛ na yɛabɔ mu ama mpuntu a yɛpɛ no awɔsɛ no afiri ɛkyerɛ wo biara
yɛda ase na adeɛ baako bi na ɛbɛfa ma adwene mu issues relating to the acquisition of land for this project unya any reports bi a district assembly bi nya difficulties when it comes to baby e benya asase ade aye especially wo hwɛ baby to say baby ni anua so Bekwai we are told say it is going to be situated at Bekwai a 24-hour economy no beko issues relating to acquisition of land anya problematic one
that anya problem bia ama and I will say nananom say the medical kind no Madia ye di region mu any a friend say district ahodo ni mu nyina no nanom eta ye chipa nti BBC ne ye asempa ema won nti omo anche ho kra na omode oma asase a hon krata yina nanom ensa hyase a nti problem bia me kai say problem bisa
oh okay Medase minister
yo that's it.
And that is the Western North Regional Minister, and I would say, in common relative to the 24-hour economy, and one equity sign and krata. I shall see me catch it. Say, and court, High Court, Equasitna, and my Koban said the OSP, is stripping off the prosecutorial powers. And yeka share attorney general say one court na afi issues relating to all prosecutions attorney general and fake over nkrofo bebre na akasa ede afa ho but na ye pese ye di nkomo kakra lawyer Bernard Bediako Beidu a private legal practitioner for and I was a member of parliament at the Ma Akotia constituency ye ni nkodi nkomo council morning.
Good morning.
Na me pacho ahonde wo.
Ya me adom. Wonso.
Oh, twede ampo da wo ma. Ye so ye ho eye. Me giri sa akotiafo nyina so ho ye.
Oh, obi ahwe, akotiafo ho ye pa. Ya koso kama.
E da twede ampo ase. Honorable Enra, the decision of the High Court stripping the OSP of the prosecutorial powers as a legal practitioner, Lendra, ruling, were you surprised?
Yo, Ninya, Minfa, Aquenia is on Francha, Watifunia, Anope, and then one Casansoa, Mutipiamna, Muchinchim Fidieno, and a Ghana for Education Comomitia Ghana Funia, Amchia, Crew Marketia Fonso. I was asoma obisa main should be kakra decision that by media na me surprised but me surprised and so tin sem you know me kan yes me surprised na me surprise no me feel free me surprise no me surprise because o hwe nia OSP no act no they establish act no a year OSP office now. Now the to year constitution no one. I've always known say we'll run into problems. The main essence Emrebia wo shisha no ye nibia be catch say Emra is meant to cure a certain mischief. In Tisawu, you lacuna be your problem be an yeshemra at the guy deciding. The essence of OSP office no ne share ne BBM na say. Na ye wo attorney general or no or ye in charge of prosecutions. Na ekoba say ye who attorney general and so a political because also a justice minister.
Yes.
If you're a minister or some abino, it is obi kra wa abino no ye bibi and abino nkasa ya man penny cry bibi and I say big uncle ya if you ever within or no an abino no to me. It was ye kokunya ubia or no dear a womb say or no say aban nipa dear but enye onye politician. Aban beko aban beba no ye na dwuma na se obi ye bone ewo aban bia mu a ni nia ne ye corruption ya abe ete atese ewo ye amanyosem mu yi tie no na me de ye OSP no but o hwe ye mrapon na eno so na ye mrapon constitution na article 88
yes
e say e fa public prosecution nia ho no so be a bonnet na see a court na esi a koshe bon ko eduni ade a saa de no e show nipa ba ko pensa eduni attorney general. In fact o hwe constitution ni niam a ministry ba ko pe ne body e the entire constitution and a minister ba ko pe as a minister no e attorney general.
Yes.
Na ono penso na or share requirement say would be attorney general and that is say it's a lawyer.
Yes.
No say here attorney general office no. Na ya attorney general pe na owo to me say or no epesa wo koko prosecutor and say okodi asem ono na wo emra ni mu no wo to me so be ma wo eye authorization be ma wo to me say je na fa ko your prosecution to share you maybe to Senate say no omo aye omo prosecution and you maybe to say I think forestry commission almost your omo prosecution ni nia work police for also
yes
it ni nia no attorney general na mo to me inti court na OSP etimi kono the OSP Act no section 4 na ekase say OSP no enya tumi e di free attorney general ho no the prosecuting himself. Now if so sha patrol hold on mama maybe
yes. The member of parliament Fakuchia or a lawyer ni na ye no twetwe enkomo no until the office of the attorney general no na ye hwe vis-a-vis ni powers ekitano na afin so that of the OSP the OSP no betumi aye ene de want to me enye on the lens from a legal point of view no same pote enetie is the court right because then the OSP has said we're challenging the decision of the High Court, in the Supreme Court. Looking at the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, and him say when it comes to an interpretation or declaring a provision null and void, is it the preserve of the Supreme Court?
Okay, so that's it. Sorry. So this is what happened. Say Osha section 4 na kase say omnya to me the free a year attorney general hona.
Yes.
There is no other way and parliament betimi ahihye mra no because of article 88 no. It won't mean kase attorney general no e work constitution mu so no pen e wo to me no won't mean hihye mra na on kase still no OSP no ebetimi akoso akoye court akodi dwuma etesa without recourse to the attorney general onya yesa e be unconstitutional enti eno no ma to mebu ase a kire oni ma OSP ne ba ne pe independent person obetimi aye prosecution independent person no attorney general no so a ono pe na constitution na man kwan say ontumi ndi say adwuma it na say bebo ebra pacho what yes
yes
eno nti so na parliament ewo asodie kese say obehyehyɛ ade in such a way say en conflict with the constitution it you ye no say okay and ye ya esese oje to me free attorney general ho sad ye so ne ye pese ye prevent say ye pese obeye subject because o kind section 4 na esoro ho no say attorney general no special prosecutor and say or Jenny to me and also na adwuma ye no or report to obi say ye independent. So there is a problem there. Inti I'm saying nyame one maybe say there is a problem. But men komu bebre because him say ese no work Supreme Court Supreme Court e ba be say a special prosecutor no was out 2 minutes or no abit me akoko takwa di asem and also hia say attorney general be money to me. Now baby I'm here surprised no nti ahana de me surprise say akopa no say nti judge no ne judge ne ye say and one so call section 4 no section 4 no clear say and unambiguous section 4 of the special prosecutor act no say krachi wo special prosecutor no mra no say say woji to me free attorney general ho enti say would need to me na ene no watomra na ne nchire mu no we no eye asam a eba ye emu bi ankrofo kraba ye ayesi dwirim bi ni ade asam no court ntimi enkemu nse bebre na ne kwa de ze obi asam de court no ena omo lawyer for eba be raise issue special prosecutor de ko eba raise issue say o special prosecutor ground need to means obedi asam because you need krate free attorney general who say fakudi asam na sabre na mu no court no ehwe ye hu say sasem kro na say attorney say special prosecutor e want to me and only to me no omo de akoda Supreme Court eti asem emramu ane ye nhihye mu no sasem say ekọ say wudi asem ye judge wudi asem na asem bi eboda on the constitution on the constitutionality of emrabi and say bibisa na say obi the Supreme Court to pair esese wo judge no o twentwen so na Supreme Court no ema decision nti judge no odi asem na twentwen so e no ka say Supreme Court ema decision ansa na watwa so sa na ehihye ne tie na sa penifo ya this application e ko efa sa court ho mu free ho esa file bibi a friend ko warrant to and no ko warrant application no ye kire mu a ye tsa application bi a odi bi sa obi emra no emra ben na ma usa to me no ha emra ben na ma na say to me ben the kura wa de ye ni a ye no sa application your friend ko warrant to and almost a file sa application your friend ko warrant to no and what different high court and a different high court no I bra sa high court judge ya ka say ono de o twen ni odi asem no ono aka say o twen near Supreme Court beka because I'm filing a court full fraud you see on your own Supreme Court or no there or beka or when I'm just surprised enti asem na nkasa judge ni di ye ne de me hu because section 4 is not ambiguous, it's unambiguous enti ne ya no ye but jurisdiction me dem fun say na court ni need jurisdiction because say asem no e wo Supreme Court senya asem krona ni nsunsuanso no ye pe se special prosecutor no obetimi akọ court akodi asem a attorney general man to me and I say unisa to me no Supreme Court na beka say ni judge ya ye ye to say won say wo kana no pensi a straight attorney special prosecutor of its prosecutorial powers. It is not exactly the case. In fact near court can say section 4 no as a so to me free attorney general now on that case no that particular case no man ntimi prove so mo to me free attorney general and no na court but I think that particular court did not have the jurisdiction especially as wo court or no so high court say wow no di a criminal case na nkazankaza akra na ka say sa asem application kro ya na om de buy no no ndi or try near Supreme Court beka how the bre wa wo so the wedi asem say ade a wo ye ye enti e ma say Supreme Court e ba no beka say nya attorney special prosecutor no kra no say to me nti onko so ndi asem a Sani aye kwa. Eti media, even though judge and Chile is not legally wrong in my, and I don't disagree. But I think that operating only jurisdiction so bekasa, and it is also not the case to say obetimi aka say special prosecutor to me be or will be our finance on to me kasa because high court needs out to me. High court no di asem specific asem it the asem bia no article 33 of Ghana constitution na a human rights violation so be violating human rights and article high court. Yes. Okay. Now they call high court and high court determine specifically and internet so prove say bono you are affected. Into way of the court to say their rights are being breached because your prosecutor only 2 minutes of a prosecutor. So they came under that co-warrant application. So 2 me ben are they prosecutor. And the particular judge, the worst he can do, this or say and pass a case where you only 2 me from and I went to improve so to me from Attorney General. But to me, I say other cases in Swa OSPA, I think no. And I mean, Jim so yes, I know to me put yes, sir. Unisa to me, High Court judge be idea some specific to assembly. On to me, I say on your Supreme Court in a casa affected every other case.
Other courts.
But High Court needs out to me. It's no menya surprise, but me a surprise. I know na much.
The statement and OSPD Babontin saying say he was going to challenge the decision of the High Court in the Supreme Court, saying say it is only the Supreme Court that is seized with the jurisdiction to as it were declare a provision in an act unconstitutional. Then the OSP is right to do so, right?
Yes, but the OSP got it wrong, in my candid opinion. They have that right, and I think they have to. But I also think that they are more because as I'm not crying, I can say the Supreme Court. Okay, it is the Supreme Court will determine it. Indeed, yes, they have a right. Almost finally appeal, but the Supreme Court will determine it very soon. Now, baby, I'm sure so OSP got it wrong. The interpretation they put on it say it is only the Supreme Court that has the right to touch on parts of from act. That's not what the court did. The court, every day, the courts interpret laws. That's what they do. But it is only the Supreme Court that interprets the Constitution. But the High Court can interpret subsidiary legislation and then enact various enactments. The High Court does that. They have that power. It in the High Court in the year was to give meaning to Section 4 of the Special Prosecutor Act. Yes,
Matthias.
That is all the High Court did. The High Court just gave meaning to Section 4. No, that's all. And the High Court has that power, or was our jurisdiction to do that. Once he say obey annul any part of the special, he cannot even do that. And that is why I told you said, to me, fair no High Court need to me so because maybe a special prosecutor assembly. The High Court cannot do that. And so what happens is that there could be another High Court judge. What your brother say? There could be another High Court judge who may disagree with your High Court judge. It is lawful. Let me state that for the record.
Okay.
Another High Court judge, and so presented with these ones, nobody say in his view, and yes, are necessary. Yes, it is special prosecutor and twaso. There is nothing unlawful about that. It is only the Supreme Court. In any Supreme Court branches, Ebiwo Kumasi, Ebiwo Accra, no Bakope. Omu kasa eka obia. But as for the High Court, there was several presidents. High Court because the High Court decision does not bind another High Court. It doesn't happen like that.
Okay.
And so, they are of coordinate jurisdiction. OSP as some no kind. I think they got the import wrong. That is not what the court did. But I still maintain the court, the meaning he put on it, but no need jurisdiction because the matter was seized with the Supreme Court. No matter how you look at it, because that interpretation of Section 4, a part of and somewhere was Supreme Court. It won't meaning no na. Essentially, no. Of course, the Supreme Court is not bound by near Wobeka, but it is unnecessary. Let me put it that way, because they say the Supreme Court can be different.
Okay.
It is then the High Court, and especially where there was another High Court. I don't know the assembly the early application. That's all no case or no dear. Because there was Supreme Court in it. On an idea assembly. Now they about how they preoccupy house with the wedding OSP jurisdiction. I mean, why do you do that? With the greatest respect.
Honorable, when you put your political lenses on from being a lawyer, and in the media space, it is almost like, oh, that decision of even scrapping the OSP, you know, first of all, it was triggered in Parliament, and President Ebe can say, oh, onukra de enya OSP ni mani nye ne jumani adi. People feel say politically, I say, the Attorney General is rather fighting an institution which is fighting corruption. And people ask the question as to whether or not it is politically right.
Not at all. And you agree with me, say, as someone you see, there are lots seeking to correct a few things, and the court never said, say, was stripping a power. He cannot even do that. And then let me also state, say, the matter in court currently, Amasa ruling Yabe, was against citizens, private citizens.
Okay.
Check. You see, in some say I'm and central for why not the Assembly Court? Attorney General who was not in this case. This particular case here not ruling Abe. Yes, you already drew. And a special prosecutor at the Omako Court. And then the panel lawyers are raising issues. Say, what special prosecutor? I need to me out the prosecuting. General Bemhe. And our court at the Assembly. Between private people and then the special prosecutor. It then will be the questions are Attorney General. Of course, those discussions have come up. But I have my personal opinion on all this. Look, the discussion centered about say Sika Yedema Attorney special prosecutor Nimiano. Work done, no? Corruption. Where is the result? This is what generated and both sides. Parliament. I was in the house. I was in the chamber. But what I said, so that was, and you can also raise the argument because Sika, who didn't say special prosecutor and a budget, your class will change, as well as Attorney General budget. And near Binu office now, yet say Sika be brave, now, Bessie, office intimate confecting Nipaba crowd of corruption. Since 20 says, 80 or 70, I'm not too sure. Special prosecutor office. Na intimate convictee nipa baako kra sa na bi ka. It has nothing to do with say obi fight corruption obi. These are the discussions. It was about the results. Say yes, say sika ba yen who results. It is that is what came up. Our parliament and but yesterday no different. A private individual, maybe a private legal practitioner. Say yes, why you're born in as a open bomber man and me kwa. Me kokota me share facts ni mu no na me hello no nzumu say ye no oh he fact na hello into lawyer be I smart or he fact na hello eti or hello no say no special prosecutor from need to me and I'm on the court into court na hwe no Attorney General bam say agrofo ezi o madi drew man that President Kufuor time no or no, I'm the Attorney General. It has nothing to do with Attorney General. The matter also in the Supreme Court, I know a private legal practitioner be the court. Say, Attorney General, in or no say, near you or the court. I have a challenge with it, but I know young come why I was Supreme Court. Because you see, you no part and say Parliament and Ranom Shisha, or my acting unconstitutional. Parliament and your unconstitutional. Parliament on section 4 now say. So I'm the prosecutor. I'm to me if Attorney General.
Attorney General.
Which is consistent with Article 88, you know. I know the NWAC has said it is unconstitutional, but see unconstitutional free Attorney General. It is regular. It is fine. It means any unconstitutionality about it, I didn't also do Supreme Court. But Yenjama Supreme Court no monka.
The last thing I'm a person me know we issues are and MPP for year press conference maybe on raise here. It is about pure legal issues. Say and Obiko courts say as a state prosecutor in this case the police echo courts. Now the defense counsel no they put in the application for bail. Now say the prosecution no unobjected to the bail application now. By law, can the judge, make a decision? Say, okay, even though you don't oppose to the bill, in my discretion, I feel that the bill should not be granted. In this case, the Abranche no Mukochi ni free sunyane di ne bank crying. The majority leader in parliament has said, my Lord Justice Kunson, Wanyadie is brought a disgrace to the judiciary by the very decision will make it to remand the accused person into custody, even though the prosecution objected or do not object to the bail application.
MPP for some of whom are lawyers, practitioners. Some new some near Kroma. Obisa special prosecutors me analysis mama. Can you for one say that me a for or against special prosecutor?
Darby.
You can't tell. Because I have just done the work I'm supposed to do as a lawyer. Tinam say baby many and nobody can take that away from because I have had that training as a lawyer and son I may bear politics. Omo echire ye mra no omo ka bibi chire ye bra ye calling into the bar. Yes sabe wada e wo anaju da su mo da umpa so kra kai so ye lawyer bi. Enti ne friend learned people. Eye nentia na tete no unhu lawyer. Ye wa kratifo bebre ba unhu lawyer eye oso e bi ono no wa adwen ne bo ho prensan nan. Yesu nia. It is not for nothing. And until lawyer be because as see that lawyer will fear when this car cry you because you have to do wuska or nyansa. Yan share ya namun 2 years, yan pay a cassa ye. Especially man planning ma sabe, then you lawyer, see some of whom are senior lawyers. A sub judge didn't attempt caso yen this cine. I don't judge na ye. Let me tell you on authority, apart from general line. There is nothing legally wrong with Nia Judge in here. I'll tell you today, if only they are practitioners on Kokota, there's nothing wrong. You see there be a me. I told me several times. To pay bill or client. The onus is on you to convince the court. The onus is not on the prosecutor whether he opposes the bill or not. No, court because okay, section 96 of Act 39 a regulated bill now. Or say, your judge and your court to know the bed determine. Say, what my court? Now you say only a prosecutor and I could think of Mobiasie, it's in all Macassa or oppose to be opposite judges or say. So, because of oppose, but it is for the judge to convince himself, say any pay me Jaina and send me no Anami and Mijina 1 or qua or beba. Ye hiano obeba mijaina oyobia ade oye no yes wa ye no pia onse nkoye sa de kro na abiu mijaina oyobia anase ye oyobia sabi obi anim no onim ba ye nim ba bi ote ayehwe na ebekwa akonya no. There are several ocean go kind section 96 na several things as a judge no ehwe na odi exercising a discretion He did none of them. There is no law. Say, Obintra Messi Frel, what your friend, Honorable Baby, I know your press conference, could be a friend, Honorable Afenio Martin, a marking. Frel Niaja line, so not this almost say, and Ramben a judge in the booye. What did it attempt then? Because you're not our discretion not to exercise, and that discretion does not in any way include the opinion of prosecutor. There's no law that says that. So, prosecutor, do you oppose the bill? No, you oppose one. Let's say, why the catch of even in land cases, my matrimonial, any estate in here. What the case you call to now say, even a defense in a grandma, still a court is a proof case. Say defendant now, what the asema guno so one see court work, I make us also a madian na ye buaguno so court no, ye mremuno, ye yanis, I sister prove your case. Because court, you're very careful, say. And Copa say, Ebia, and I make a child, Ebia, a camwa, and Opawa Kosia, a prosecutor and police for the Yenianum, Wawuni. So, most of your high profile people. I'm not Kazazo, wait there, don't oppose the bill. Wait there, your copper. I'm also sorry, no, see, oppose the bill. Oh, but I was a judge, and also I said, Judge Tiakujamwa, and Yamo, whom you know me. No, still our own concord trip. Now, the affairs a judge and a Fumia and our Fuma, Branty. I mean, you're here, I'm finding quarry man. I'll friend someone, okay. I'll be back. JB Dankwa says, a judge at your ear, because of Pierre, and Kokaka. And the law, section 96, and it says a judge in his wisdom, or dream, say, I know who said, a branch and a call, and I said, Nipano, Kobasa, Koya, the Corona, ye, Yenibia, and Rano Cassa judge, and me and Fanako and Sanko a remand. Did you want a judge in here? Someone says, and now who he has said, judge in a band your year, Nanka, you can't say, I didn't think your money bill or police station, police inquiry bill. I didn't think about what to say bill, man. I don't want man, I'm fair, no uncle fee. Because at that time, what they are property of the court. So once I feel market, I'm sorry, I'm pre-bill, I'm a branch, and here then back. And I'll pre-bill this one. The onus is on you. Who does so convince the court to know? Niente, as I said, your mouth bill. Because a prosecutor, Monsieur Moncherem Casa, and I practice direction quiet, the Ama judges say, and no more farmer bill. It's nothing like that. The judge is not blind, so be the prosecutor. It is his discretion, and he exercises it. So why you're not in Yadnia, you go on appeal. You don't come to the radio and insult the judge. It's not fair. Oh, yeah, some judges will be papa, be mammy. Na ye did sa atade shadow no ye DC no ye MPP ni sa branch say hu odi ye I no dey mo condemn what ni yera for na say the man bill na hwen say hu because I na for din say hu na politicians and penifo aba be town machinti and say hu kwa na branch ye ne maba wa ye di okroma ebinom because am komai to say, I did a branch any year and I hear that is what is emboldening people to be doing what they are doing. Can't you criticize constructively? I mean, because I'm watching you. But you don't do it because of kind section 208 of our criminal code now. Or publishing false a year. It's a crime.
Yes.
Also, electronic laws now. And also, publishing on social media, someone wouldn't say no crap. I a felony. You see, so what are we doing to this country? Then come on up to say, "Thank you, money bill." And you are here, the yanka. It is at the discretion of the court. Yes, every offense is bailable. It's at the discretion of the court. You see, judge ni breaching me so apart from jina so obi aba teacher establish on chair law ko and practice direction obi baka so convention practices on nya no kre cause me makoko hwe me se makoko ta kope bill ama obi ayese wa ye illegal mining haka obi and no politics judge no make permanent place of abode. He's a judge in church or some house number in the 2 weeks. Say no more place of abode, there's a Cabebo house number. Imagine what can you what's in the discretion or no? What can you how try and what to the book no? Someone make a so and they attorney general lawyers and casa. Obviously they don't oppose the bill. So judge is a
Etianda, Nadanabe. Tianda, is it because a politics? Now lawyers are more court to the piano, Mugu, when must say. Ah,
Cousin, Mamma no was for the education. Enti lawyer Bernard Bedi Akubedu and I would say no edi enkomo no and I enkomo do so nti ebedi enkomo ahodo na ebeko transport for no one enu omo akokoye unim say issues relating to Republican AI so our system no and so yebehwe na yedi ho enkomo Enti ebusuan temu chuku fama me pa. Webu bonu to na afi etumi di nkomo ni nyina. Enti ebekwa ahoma no so na afi yakwa kodi enkomo so we hu asonaba nana yuredu yene bekokodi enkomo Ebano Transport Noma Imua only a national chairman Edema Commercial Transport Operators of Ghana Yanin Kodin Komo Enra the reduction in fuel prices no at Tennessee Nana morning Boko dear
Obade na Baroma Bibia Boko na enumuna itwegu ase no na ama mituma me de na no pay
Enra abandi aba betudwa say enei fuel prices no in the next window which is on the 16th of this month no esubehwan kakra diesel ebenya be 2 cedis na afei petrol enya be 36 pesos with the decision or modi abano does it certify and I said does it satisfy the proposal Abraham money transport minister ko share motume yemano
Domini amedase ma memfa nchakase ma etiofo abaje Bernard ajo moti ni FM na memfa nchakase nso ma odwumasua so far so good no di o man Ghana mo am say obo homodin ye pa anya se buketwa na the woman say atadwufo wa ashankafo ye beka think ya tede because anya easy say mene ene ebra ewo mu yi ye nyina nim de ekoso odwaman so what market price and then no akoya si so ekoso na ba forma Iran for the Israel for so the Genema alongside making Russia so the Ukraine for the over 200 year queen. Now petrol ever drop it there, na Cameroon say in pedophobia abom homod there, but we use a queen now must say. A man penny, a John Kwame Drandawan Mahama, ne transport minister, Ura Joseph Bukari Nikwi. Simon Sebedeni was Saboba. Na energy minister. Ura John Abdullah Jinapo. Your finance minister, Kessel Atuba Force. Na Almighty CEO, Edema National Petroleum Authority. Edwaji Tamakulu. Say Ama Bomo Madi Yepa. Because Yani I have to say Achana Echi I am a day 2 a lot of them by 20%. The company force I will be painting a boss and watching about Tata. No way in any out because now will be a BC 2021 more. Yeah, Frey and son, a boy and no basso. As soon as I'm a trainer, I'm going to be saying, a dry, a better petrol bonus, so a 12 will be a Google sono. You may hang now, Mossum wine home. Kabashing Mene, Yantere, anything, Yati, Papa, and Penny Mama. After the cabinet meeting, Omukazo may be every solo. Now, 3 months, see one time. And he said, that's what they are telling you for. I had there. Petrol, any design, you know, you have so kakra, and they are my minia. Because, say, but lorry frame where Damon Dano, your chance and sign. Because here, the new, you know, say we know every in case the Bibica crash however to petrol mama na kosoro. That's one command sir and you hear so ama your one here. ɛno nti ɛda si na pie sɛ bɛsa ma nkurɔfoɔ a medi ka bɔ ɔmo din ne yɛasan ka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ yɛdeɛ deɛ bɛka no sɛ Oliver Twist we always ask for more yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ kwan a ɔmafa so a ɔmatimi de ahwia so ama yɛn no ɔmo nkɔ so a na ɔmo nso hwia so ma yɛn in the next pricing window na timi aboa ama yɛn so adorafoɔ no yɛdwuma na timi agye agyina hɔ ama fa no ntoma pɛɛfra me nua meka no saa because memne dollar free so asoro bɛfiri mu aba but yɛagye ne saa nso yɛdwuma yɛ den egu because at that moment adorafoɔ bɛka sɛ yɛato yɛ lɔre fɛ mu bibi aboa bɛkɔ soro pani yɛde pam adeɛ kora no ne boa bɛkɔ soro but yɛagye ne saa nso yɛdwuma yɛ den egu nti na ɛbaeɛ sɛ ɔmatie yɛsu frɛ sɛ ɔmahwihwan ɛto ahodoɔ bi afiri fa ngo bɔ so ama ɛnɛ no ɛso ate no ate sɛ ɛyɛ dɛ paa yie sɛ manka nkyerɛ a na mɛboa because ɛnɛ no ɛnyɛ adeɛ a yɛto yɛsɛ ntradeɛ bɔ mu deɛ di kae deɛ ɛtɔ so mmienu yɛto mu ankyi wahyew ne ho ntɔkwa kora no a ɛde ma no menua ɛsɛ w'ani sɛ sɛ mɛka kyerɛ wo ɛno nti yɛbɛda aban ne ne mpanimfoɔ ase sɛ ɔmode osie ayɛ ɔyɔ because anɔpa mi sɔrɔ ɛmɔ sɛ national petroleum authority for ɔmɔ price floor no a mpɛ bebree ɔmode ba no yɛn nuanom gɔɛ Ghana sɛbi ɔmɔ di so pɛpɛɛpɛ ama 1610 for diesel na 13.05 for 10 no for petrol no ɔmɔde aba ama ɛnɛ no ɔmɔ Ghana obiara ne tua yɛ agani na mmiri sɛ na ɔmɔ star oil fɔ nso ɛnkyɛn bi ɔmo nso ɔmo dɔm bɛɛbɛba na afei ada OMCC na keke ka ho no obiara de ne deɛ bɛba na ɛno no yɛkɔ a yɛhɛ baabi a ɛfi sɛ ɛpɛ a na yɛayɛ dɛ yɛakɔ akɔtɔ fango ɛde agu yɛhyɛ mu ɛno ntimi nea deɛ ɛbɛka na anɔpa no sɛ ɛda ɔmampanin ɛne n'apamfo ase saa nso na yɛbɛsrɛ Ghanafoɔ ɛna obi bia wotie me na anɔpa yi sɛ ɔmo nto ɔmo adwene mu ɛna for a fair agreement. Minyadia, yɛde by a transfer.
Maame na wase because me bisa with this question because the last time I made no kasa, you know, I asked you whether say one CD no mo ye free so whether I be boa mo sustain the current price ma wo ka say so mo ye one CD ni free so mwa bebree saa but meaning say you one CD ni free so mo betum but tumu na mo betum no ebe ketuwa bi a and yet that huge ebema is kakra bus system petrol 36 pesos, diesel 2 CD. Is it supposed to say most of the transport operators use diesel no more than petrol nana?
Okay, mama nya the same man at here. We have petrol now. If we the last time I threw a till a lot of that was last year. I dropped it by a single digit now. You have to petrol money be drew 27%. Anna diesel and you have to more I'm gonna be drew 47% respectively. Now the only thing I say diesel no and you turn more our memoir because we had to transfer any commercial purposes now. Then you know diesel ana petrol no about be so per year sector no so na mekan because we have gas few cars been a use gas be what I say I don't see ana pay no yeah focus on is the new one sir now this and the tell me cancer and say strategically when you do I had the petrol about the pass diesel so obo kodwa manso na ebo no I was sort now Baba for me as a tissue. And until we hear some kind of strategic communication, we are all about convincing the system. No, I'm on Penfoy Jones. No, yeah, maybe be a bad journey. Some of us on no idea. Your committee be the way 2 months the next pricing window. This is a best control because of ceasefire. Iran ni America nya amukuni nkoma angosi poswa nkoma ne gira guy no then him say kian ke Donald Trump say order say Strait of Hormuz no the US Navy for block no then him say kian ke no at the tension say about crude oil so what market price I'm an akosoro and it's about 2 and it's as we say didn't come out I did fresh about no so I'm so here being yes a tongue do be a wolf petrol boss who are animal on this way here so I did but I'm a Jacobasa what market price in the account at least one may jina be heading a jina idea my ass and kafo because before so when you am I say monochrono so what you say but then no akobasa abana timi accord to the extent and then no petrol one day atimi drop no am I significantly no I think say yes that piece you ma buy no because we are forced so onye petroleum sector no yakasi edomo sukwa anya better so what you say enti they be can see na bana say watimi ehwe bibi kakra dey e dey free petrol no so ama na atadufo a yati dey enti na yatwe a decision na say you better your lorry fare by 20% ama ya draw for no so dey e wan help but you can say so no we the can say petrol no and as in trade no tuma ahire for a very long time experience kakra yes we are pick every one say o do when no be scan there but no be do fear no dokro na kwa koto na e bon 5 cedi no ano so ka just koto abroad for car ya to lorry frame until almost 5 ni go about 10 cedis afendo mi na nka we 15 cedis 20 no ano so do na 30 automatically no the old to lorry frame so no ya sa ba be every sama sa interest credit head the account na mo no say this is in maintenance na petrol ni ba form mayen na nka no 17 cedis ana na no a drop ya sabe unya 1 cedi na 2 cedi auto 1 gallon bia unya 9 cedis auto 10 gallons unya 90 cedis na say 90 cedis ni be so botuma open no wa ko mama obedro no at the top fonso wa ka so want to tom ne mama e be strange scanner interest the question is no and strategically no na your papa and as a kama pa say na no pay that for ngo boso okay edema ya draft for na sabe woman so no omo ba make a lot little profit the current fuel prices
okay nana mama no was na no pay
be so be dance na before me koro if I check say ma me near ya berima say nyame atuma ya berima obi a promo no mo bia dem ne wobre na why na dwene say we be contest for national deputy women organizer ama chiyama nyoko no ya already say ya member bi a person contest for any party bi na bra because you who say it's about time say edi ehoji agru no say na be a e take decision bi a yenso be nya stand home
na be man ozo kokko ana oba
be ya onimi ya bere ma mini a
ana ozo contest dey
national deputy women organizer so emre bi and this constitution no emre si no kwan ana ba na say you organize ma menunwe ni nya di tum say mema ye better managers and organizers of women than obia because mema managing man who the way obenya botre ne odo and na hofama e dey ma one say women are their own enemies but then no mema bi ye na do so be bobo amano na wape bobre papa mo matin say step in the right direction me ne duru a ye be from nyansa mo on board na ye be support ni ya berima na onfa enkosom ema no enso madrafo so enka ho
mate uko PMW or port asem ni wo ka say yenuan freight forwarders uko je onoma e de fra brochire eyi ka eyi fosu e de anwa bibia ba omo no mu eyi every port e de mawo na ababa betu dwa se omo so makọ strike ni nyina no this Republican AI GR4 e de aba gutafo akasa etia say ebeya anka yem redraw cra for now. The last time I checked here, say she press authority for the Oma Transit didn't come stakeholders near the other. But I was the executive secretary at the Mine Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana, Samson Asaki Aringobet, Yanini Endi and Komo. Sounds good morning.
Good morning, Mini Abema.
Na ahondi wo ho. Menim say eba no importers ni exporters a ade a wani ku ho ho yie papa. This time around ye hunu association bit say Guta. Fleet Forward described the almost strike in relation to this Republican AI. Almost say ama more cost of doing business no akosro. As Obia, we are concerned in that aspect, no. Having seen the implementation of the AI system, no. The omokasa ama cost of business is akosro no. Is that the truth?
You me that's it. My main chair with you for an for I'm kind of say message on my office on the 9th of April. Issue statement to inform the general public and use the opportunity to appeal to my colleagues that I believe in the dialogue in this regard than to say we are closing down the port, we won't pay duty, we won't clear our goods. We might go for 10 days, we might go for 1 month, it is all right. However, let us remember that by the time we will come back, we will have the motor to be paying, we will have rent to be paying, and we will have the duty to be paid. Which is which? I strongly believe that it's better we clear our cargo whilst we are lobbying government, while we are engaging government in negotiations and telling government that some of the things that we saw can be worked out and to reduce the stress and then the pressure in our port than to say that, oh, because government is yet to meet with us or we are saying we won't pay duty, we won't go to the port. We haven't done anything good to the importer. And there's no any union that will come if an importer run into the mortgage or rent. You can go to the shipping line and say, don't collect the mortgage or rent because it was we, the leadership, that take decision to say we won't pay at the port, we won't do this at the port. I think that that's not the way to go. I have heard argument like Twitter Voxy running to the of 7.something million. That is not right. That can be technically corrected. These are genuine issues that we should be able to raise. I just had a chat with somebody yesterday. The person said, look, some time ago in the previous government, they implemented what we call the cargo tracking note. It was targeted on the people who bring in bulk cargo, bulk importers, and not the Deka people. I call the Deka people because there are these Makola people, Abosoka people, somebody is there in the whole year, his importation is like maybe just 10 containers or 5 containers or 3 containers, a whole year importation. And if you want to put that person under publican and his container is sitting there, his capital itself is not there. So you will stress the person and then you squeeze him out and he'll be out of business. These are legitimate. So since the implementation of the publican, the BOEs that they flag and they went to the publican committee and confirmed that it's true. If you bought the goods at the unit price of $3 or at $4, then you come to say that you bought it at $1.50, and the system calculates and say no, this goods is worth between $3 to $5. So the person who comes with that same goods and declare $3 or $4, Publican doesn't touch it. But if you declare below that one, Publican will say no. Then bring your bank swift, bring your invoices, bring your receipt to confirm that actually you bought this thing at $1.70 and not between $3 to $4 to $5. You understand? There are people who also declare with their rightful values and nobody has touched it. So we cannot just say let's throw everything off. Those that are legitimate, let's raise them. Let's sit with the government. Let's discuss them. Let's ask government, is this realistic? If a Toyota Voxy is to pay itself for something million, how much did they even procure that Toyota Vox at the wherever it's coming from? You understand? These are legitimate reasons. So I think that we cannot throw the baby with the water out. I know we cannot also give a dog a bad name and hang it. I believe sincerely that the government is reasonable, responsible government. But if you go with reasonable issues, they will listen to us. And I thank God, as I'm speaking with you, there was a meeting yet to start this morning at the Ministry of Finance, engaging all of us. Even though I'm far away in the Upper East region, my team are there. And after the meeting, we can come back to discuss the issue. I want to say that I have this morning, I have sent a message to the Commissioner General to say, look, can you look at this 1, 2, 3 people containers or those people who do what we call a group page? Maybe 3 women from Makola went to Dubai or went to China, buy goods in one container and bring it. If you flag such a person, you will have a problem. Those who bring used things, if you flag such a person, you will have a problem. So can we exclude them and then look at you have already known your target, those that are under-declaring, you caught them. They are the bigger one, guys, not the small, not the one or two container importers. Yes, go ahead.
Haven't been in the system for some time, and having observed how the AI system is working, do you think there is a genuine problem in the implementation of the AI, or you think that they cut corners by some of these clearing agents, i.e. the freight forwarders, because they are not getting what they ought to get from the importers? It is the reason why they are making the noise, or there is a genuine problem of the implementation of the Republican AI?
I won't say there's a genuine problem, and I won't say not because of what they are getting from the importers. Ideally, I believe that there is a reason why government bring it, and government says that people are declaring, and government says since the implementation they saw a rise of revenue. And I can tell you, I said it's because they lump everybody, including those who bring the people, those who 4 or 5 people who went to groupage a container, those who bring used items. If they had excluded them, they wouldn't have had this noise, because they know the people that they flag them really know within them, admitted that the values that they have been declaring are not up to, and what the AI has caught them, they will pay, and it's about 75% they are paying. If the 20 to 45 is the boja people, and we have to find a way to treat them, I think the government should find a way to treat them and let the system flow. The system have really come to correct and to bring parity into the system. What used to happen, there used to be disparity. As I said, in the scenario I made, where someone will go and bring frozen chicken and said they've given to him per carton of $1.70. Another person says, oh, I got my $2.5 or $3. You get it. Yes. And they all assess and they pay duty. The $1.70 will pay duty lower than the one who declared $3 or $4. So you will pay more and come to the market, and we all compete in the same market. I think there's no parity in this. There's disparity. So, but now the system is not fixed. You say 1.7, they will say no. It's supposed to be between $3, $4, or $5. Then they actually pay the duty in that regard, and that's the right way to do. And that's what is coming to correct the system. And nobody can go. Even if you refuse and say you want to protest, they will say, okay, they will give you the opportunity to protest. That is the appeal system. So what do they need from you to confirm that you actually paid $1.70 to your supplier and not between $2.5 or $3 or $4? Bring the bank. How do you buy it? Did you transfer the money to pay your supplier? Yes. Go and bring your bank swift. Some people send their bank swift and they were asked to go. They didn't make them to pay any difference. And those who could not bring it, they know they have it. If they bring it, they know that it will be exposed. They run and say, oh, I will pay. And so we say we should also throw everything off? No, I don't think so. I believe that where there's legitimate issues that they are raising, my colleagues are raising, let us sit in Georgia. And I'm expecting that today's meeting, they should be able to come and raise these relevant issues. And then I'm sure by close of the meeting, where we'll have a headway to go. Than to say that this is suspended before we discuss. We don't go to negotiation with that stance.
Okay. We will wait until the meetings are over today, then we will get back to you and see the resolution that comes out of the meeting.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Samson Asaki Aringobet, Executive Secretary of the Marine Importers and Exporters Association, Ghana, and I would say, Yenino, Equity and Komono.